For me, a learning organisation is a company that takes learning seriously. And by this, I mean the organisation is committed to ensuring that individuals in that organisation have the opportunities to learn in their job, have the opportunities to create conditions within which they can learn for themselves, and moreover that they can apply that learning in a way that's meaningful for them and for the organisation. I think a lot of organisations speak a lot about learning, but I'm not sure that they implement a lot of the systems and the practices that allow that to occur for people in an everyday sense. I think information technology has a very useful role to play, and I think it's an exciting time for organisations to use that kind of technology to put in place better systems for individuals. So, as we all know, time is a huge commodity in organisations today. So time away from a job is very costly. So I think the range of new technologies can be used to better create systems that allow people to learn at the pace and at a place that's convenient for them, not necessarily at their desk per se, or not necessarily away from their desk, but complementarily or in their own homes. For me, I think it's a bit of a balance. I mean, I think technology is excellent, but people have to believe that the learning that occurs through the use of those type of technologies is something that they can use afterwards. So I think there is a danger if you just buy some very expensive systems, that the organisation gives the impression then that learning is something that individuals do themselves. For me, learning is an organisational responsibility, first and foremost. And in order to ensure that the learning that occurs is learning that's of value not just to the individual but to the organisation, then there has to be what we call a happy marriage between the two, the organisation and the individual. And I think the technology then just becomes the means by which that can occur rather than something that drives it. Well, I can speak more clearly for what has happened in Ireland, and I think up until now organisations have had an easy time of it, in the sense that, you know, with huge economic buoyancy, there were a lot of well-educated, well-qualified people available to create and to innovate in their organisations. But a lot of organisations base their competitiveness on lower quality, or lower cost. Okay? Now that all of the jobs are being offshored, as we're seeing happen in Spain as well as in Ireland, I think organisations now have no option but to compete in terms of quality or innovation rather than cost. And you cannot, in my view, base your competitiveness either in quality terms or in innovation terms without having a very strong learning and HRD base.